We're here with Daniel Dallaire from Investors Group. Definitely a nice person in our community who has been very successful and also managed to finish first. Like our sign says, nice people can finish first. And Daniel's here to share with us some of the insights of what it takes to be a successful person while still maintaining your integrity. Daniel, thank you for joining us in the studio today.
It's my pleasure.
So, you come back from the seminars. Was there any interesting insights from an entrepreneurial perspective that you picked up down there?
It always is. I mean, it's a group of individuals all across the United States, all entrepreneurs, and what we're trying to do is striving to improve our business and move it to the next level. And what we do is we talk about 3 types of days. We talk about free days, focus days, and buffer days. And these free days are free days where they're 24-hour periods, and what you do is you focus on yourself, on your health, your wellness, develop hobbies that you're gonna carry on into retirement. And so that when you do retire, you're not, all you know is work, where you can do that transition. The second part is focus days, where you're developing revenue generating activities, and that's where you really focus and you're on. It's game on that day. And then the buffer days is the preparation for your free days and the focus days. Now let me ask you a question though. Of the 3, what would a normal person choose as a first priority when you're setting your calendar for a quarter?
I think if you're a normal person and you're looking at things from a business perspective, you'd think that you'd be focusing on the stuff that you got to focus on. So, you know, getting to the meat and potatoes of the business and focus on your focus days.
I felt the same way. But what we learned is that the key is actually choosing your free days. Which days are you going to take off? And that's spending time with your family, doing the things you like, whether it's golf or what have you. But it's really, you know, doing your exercise, but it's building yourself so that you're well, you've got the energy and the power and the mindset to actually go to work. And the longer your free days, the longer you can work at a full capacity. Because we've all had those periods where you work, and then you're just not coming up with something. You get frustrated and you just can't perform. It's because you've burnt, you burnt all your energy and you can't get up there. And in order for that to make that work, though, is you do need to have the right team working with you, and that's you know, the people that surround you that also do stuff that they like to do. And that's the other part of it, is make sure that you're working on the pieces of the puzzle that you love to do, come naturally to you, and that you're excellent at. And then the other pieces you don't like and that you procrastinate doing that is find the people that love to do that aspect of the job, because there are people out there that like to file and like to do admin work or whatever it is that you need in your business, and then teaming up with those right people, and then together you work as a strong team. And it was apparent to me early in my career that there are really 3 key things that lead you to financial success, and that's having knowledge. Like making good decisions all along the way is having the proper information and knowledge to make a good, well-educated decision, so you maximize the use of your money. The second thing is discipline. You need discipline. Discipline in budgeting, discipline in spending, discipline in your whole decision-making process. Because often we make decisions when it comes to money with our heart. You know, you walk in, you see something, I need one of those. You know, you overbuy, you spend too much, you use your credit card, et cetera, et cetera. So there's got to be a discipline, but also discipline in putting away on a regular basis. And the third thing is emotional control. And that's the tough one. And that's the emotional control is really being able to control your emotions when it comes to market volatilities. And as people, when it comes to money, often do the wrong thing. And or as your business goes, you know, businesses are tough, so you tend to cut, as opposed to maybe it's a time to spend more money. And that's where a lot of the well-run companies, when times are tough, reinvest in their companies to get through the tough times. They've thought ahead of time. They've had the discipline to put monies aside for the bad times, knowing they will come.
How do you achieve the level of success that you've achieved while still maintaining that integrity and still being considered a nice guy? Do you have to be ruthless to get ahead? It doesn't seem to be so looking at you.
Well, no, it's actually quite the opposite, because what my belief is that's why I got into business, to avoid people taking advantage of other people. So as I know, if they're under my control, I'm going to do the best for them to make sure that I keep them away from you know, the people that are ruthless. If I can help them make good decisions, they're going to have more money to invest. And that's our whole philosophy. And our philosophy, it's not transactional. We don't want to sell just a product. We don't want to sell just an individual thing. We want to be part of their whole hard their life. Actually, we want to help them through that discipline, through that decision-making process, to buying their first house, to planning their marriage or their children or their retirement. But on the other side, I say, well, we can do much more than that. Is we can go to the community and help raise funds and awareness for that cause and do what we can that way. So we've teamed up with, in the last few years, with the Alzheimer's, and I believe we've made a significant impact on increasing the volumes that they've come through. We help out with all sorts of organizations. The Thompson Rivers University was involved with the foundation. Was just in a meeting with the golf tournament to raise funds for that. And then when your finances are in order and we help you realize the benefits that you have your health, your fitness, your wellness, have some fun. We had some fun with some clients last night with some comedians. That's all part of the big picture. And it's finding that balance in life as well, where you are rewarded, where you have the financial well-being, but you also have the balance in your life as well. And it's finding that balance. How much do I need to put away so I can spend the rest and have fun? I mean, that's the true plan.
Daniel, I understand that you've used our social reality experiment as a bit of a conversation starter with some of the people that you've been talking to. How did those conversations go? Well,
absolutely. I thought this was a brilliant idea. I have a pet peeve. We interview lots of people to come into the business and be self-employed, and to see the quality of individuals coming through and how they underestimate the value they can bring to the table, to underestimate their capacity to be successful in any business or entrepreneurship, and also the ability to do it in a certain amount of time. And this is a great idea because you've set a goal, but you've also set a time frame, and you've got people together. And because it's a short time frame, the game's going to get played. It's like most sports games, most of the game is played in the last 10 minutes if it's a close game, because there's a finale to it. And so my question to the group was, do you think this is possible, or do you think this is far-fetched? And you always get the naysayers saying, well, no, that's way out to lunch. And the reality is, I said, I think they can do this. I have confidence if they have the commitment, the passion, and there are going to be sacrifices in that 10-month period, but if there's a will and there's a dedication to do it, and creative minds like the people that you have on the various teams, they have the potential to do it. If they believe they can do it, they will find the way. They will crack, the ideas. They will make mistakes, but mistakes are learning opportunities. Is if you learn from those opportunities to improve, as long as you didn't, lose everything, then. But that's always educated risks, and that's part of the process.
What would you do to turn $500 into $1 million? I know that, as I ask you this, I don't want to put you on the spot with regards to making recommendations that Investors Group wouldn't recommend. But you personally, outside of Investors Group, what would you do?
Well, that's an easy question. I mean, not one individual has all the answers. So my first action would be identify, okay, who are the successful people in my community? And I would go talk to them, because they've done it. Right? They have proven results, because what happens is you get often people that feed off each other, and they have no proven results. So it's the blind leading the blind, right? So you need to get people that have proven results and say, listen, Peter, how did you do it? Right? Tell me what you did. The lessons you learned, and if you were to do it again, how would you do it? And then you can pick, and you must translate that into what we're trying to accomplish here, and then relate it. But pick up the ideas. But also you got to think outside the box. To do this, it's not going to be a normal transition. Your time is limited, and when it comes to us, we talk about time being a significant factor. Well, your time isn't all that long, so you got to work that much harder. But use the resources around you. You don't have to look very far. There's tons of successful people and in various businesses, but there's opportunities in all of those.
Daniel, thank you for joining us in our studio today.
My pleasure.
There you have it, folks. Some of the secrets to success of finishing first and still being a nice person.